A healthy reminder. This bitch walked. She fucking strutted that runway, mama, so that Peppa could run!
Just so you know that I actually listen to the Beatles. I've been a Beatlemaniac since 2011. I was 12 and I had my switch from anime to classic rock. And oh boy, let me tell you, if 9 years ago you would say anything bad about my boys, I would kill you. Throughout 9 years of my Beatlemania, I've heard this phrase many times. They are overrated. And if 9 years ago I would fight you, now I agree. Hi, I used to be known as Wise Walrus on this channel. You can follow me on my Instagram if you want to, and on my second channel where I do some art. If you'd like to support this little channel, all you need to do is subscribe, like and comment on this video after watching it, and turn on the notifications so you're notified where I post my another week video. One more important thing you should know, everything I will say further is only my opinion. It's not right, it's not wrong, but it has its right to exist as well as yours. So if your opinion differs or if you agree with me, feel free to share your thoughts and comments. Just don't be an asshole. Be nice. I'm not a stranger to the Beatles debates between fans and haters and just between music enthusiasts. And most people these days seem to admit that the Beatles are highly overrated compared to modern musicians. Let's take a look at some modern artists. They do in fact have better skills, they do have better music or smarter lyrics, their image is more intriguing and interesting in general. And I do agree, if we compare the Beatles to some of the modern artists, the Beatles seem kind of dull and old-fashioned. But that's exactly where we all are making a mistake. Dudes, I don't know how to say it, and you may be hurt, but the Beatles stopped their existence as a band in 70s. I just think it's quite stupid to compare any music of the past to nowadays music. Without the past, we wouldn't have our present and our future. In some ways, and most ways, the Beatles were the pioneers. They are one of the first examples of this great big phenomenon in music. The list of the things they were first in is just enormous. First music videos, first concept albums in pop music, and not talking about the experimental things they did in studio. I'm just not a musician and not a music producer, so I don't know the terms and I don't know how they are called, but what I read seems really impressive. These guys started the British invasion. They were part of it and the greatest example of it. For me, it's hard to imagine modern music without the Beatles. Half of the artists I listen to claimed that they were inspired, influenced by the Beatles. Let's take Arctic Monkeys, the Last Shadow Puppets, Miles Kane. They are all in same genres, the same people, but they were inspired by the Beatles. Oasis. I mean, Liam Gallagher, has he ever had a single interview where he didn't mention John Lennon or the Beatles? Kasabian mentioned that Sgt. Pepper kind of inspired their music. Even Pink Floyd. I'm not a fan of Pink Floyd yet, at least, but I saw one of the interviews where they mentioned that they were amazed by Sgt. Pepper's, and this album gave an opportunity to other artists to branch out. Yeah, they might be not the greatest, but the way they influence the modern music is just fascinating. All these modern artists probably wouldn't even exist if not for the Beatles. Maybe they weren't inspired by the Beatles themselves, but they could have been inspired by the artists that were inspired by the Beatles. It might be not the best example, but it's the one I can think about. It's Youngblood. He always mentioned how he was inspired by Oasis, Arctic Monkeys, and many other bands. Oasis and Arctic Monkeys were inspired by the Beatles. I hope you can see what I'm trying to say. In conclusion, no matter what do you think about the Beatles, whether you love them or hate them, find them overrated or deserving their fame, you cannot deny the impact they had and they still have on modern music and music history in general. Many bands are compared to the Beatles, but we would never compare Beatles to any other band. There can be many copies, but the Beatles are one of a kind. So yeah, if they appeared now, they probably would be highly overrated. But thankfully, they appeared in the right time and place. Now tell me, what do you think? Share your opinion in comments. I hope I was clear with my thoughts. I have a problem with it and I'm highly caffeinated now. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please like it. Comment down below your thoughts and you can share this video with your friends to support my channel. And on this note, I would like to thank you for watching. Stay safe, wash your hands and so on and so forth. See you next time. Goodbye.